Hello, everyone. It's Goblin time. I've got the Goblin hood. I put the black and white on because I kind of feel like Igor or something from an old 1930s horror movie. Anyway, I'm in the Goblin cave because I'm the work Goblin right now, working on the Pokemon cartoon, and I wanted to give you an update. It is coming. We're very, very, very close. I'm at the point, actually, where I'm animating... Well, I'm tweaking previously animated shots that I thought were already done. So we have this shot of Nurse Joy here working on the computer. Where is she? Where is Nurse Joy? Yeah, so like there's this big hold of her working on the computer while other things are going on, and I just watched it back a few times and I thought, that needs like some stuff to happen. She needs to be typing on the computer because it kind of looks a bit motionless without that. So yeah, adding in and tweaking things. There's only one shot now that isn't animated. I said previously there were 3 shots left, and then we added about 10 that weren't there, so those are done, and now there's one big one that I still have to do. And I'm excited for it to finally come out. I don't think people are expecting a Pokemon cartoon from me. I think hopefully they'll like it. We have picture lock, which means now that there's no more shots added. We know what's happening on every frame, so the musician can go and begin writing the music, and it doesn't mess around with the timing. You know, we're not going to add in new shots and screw up the music or anything. And yeah, I think November. I realized last year I announced that Dr. Bees was very nearly done around Halloween, and then it came out in May of this year. So that's not going to happen this year, okay? We're putting the Pokemon cartoon out not May next year. We're putting it out this year, hopefully very soon, because I have big plans, and I can talk a little bit about that while I draw another Nurse Joy arm in. Yeah, so the plan is when this Pokemon cartoon drops, hopefully people will like it. It's an older cartoon I started a long time ago, so if they're not really feeling it, it's not the end of the world, because, you know, my heart is more about doing Starbarians and my own characters at the moment, and that is what I'll jump onto next, is another Starbarians cartoon. But during that kind of time between this cartoon and Starbarians, really I want to grow the team. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and you know, this year I'll have a 7-minute cartoon in Dr. Bees 3 and a 5-minute cartoon in this Pokemon one, and that's 12 minutes of animation, but that's not enough. You know, that's pretty good, but 12 minutes in a year, why not an hour? Why not 2 hours or 3 hours? I'm insatiable for content from creators I like. You know, there are people who I watch on YouTube, and it's 3 days have passed, and I go, why haven't they done a new video yet? You know, so trust me, I'm not immune to it. I get greedy for content, but I'm also greedy to want to make content. I have tons of ideas for cartoons I'd like to make. Tons of Starbarian scripts that would be great. Trilby Dogtooth scripts, Dr. Bees ideas. And yeah, I know I've talked about doing comics and things in the past, and I still will do the Starbarians comic. But I you know, my heart is in moving images on screen, and I really want to make them as animated shorts. And I'm so impressed by what people like Meat Canyon and VivziePop have done by growing their respective teams and growing the amount of animators that they work with. They put out so much content so regularly. If you look at the credits of something like Has Been Hotel, you know, it's like 100 people nearly. And then you look at the credits on Starbarians, and it's 5 people, you know. The musician Brian, maybe Joyce does some coloring for me, maybe I'll hire another voice actor, and then it's me. I guess 4 people. You know, yeah, Starbarians episode 3 is 4 people technically, and all the animation and the animation coloring was done by me, and that's why it took years. It's duh. Yeah, that's why it takes forever. So by the way, my voice is gone. I'm not sick. I've been screaming voice acting. There's a lot of screaming in this cartoon, so I blew out my vocal cords. They're rebuilding. I'm sure I'll be fine in a few days, so don't worry about that. But yeah, you make great content in great quantities by having people work with you and paying for it. And the only way that I can grow the Patreon is to let people know about it. And the only way that we can then really make good on that promise is by making more content. Not 2 cartoons a year, but 4 or 5 or 10, and paying animators to help. I have had animators help on this project, some really great people, and paying them, but you know, you can't. The Patreon right now supports me and maybe one other person every month. I really need it to support 10 people if I can then go out and hire those 10 people. And by the way, I'm not telling you guys this. You're already supporting me, okay? I couldn't ask for anything more, but it's how do I tell another couple of thousand people I got to make a video on my YouTube channel and talk about my Patreon page. So that's basically the plan, is what I'm going to do. Make a really good video to tell people what I'm here to do, and get them excited and get them on board. It's you guys, the OGs, that have been supporting me from the beginning, really for no reward. The reward has been that I put out 2 cartoons a year, and that's not enough of a reward. So focusing big time in 2022, I can't believe it's the year 2022, that sounds like the future. Focusing big time on hiring more people. There's a lot of great artists out there that I'd like to pay to do cleanup and, you know, backgrounds and rough animation, and it'd be great if the credits on Starbarians episode 4 could be 20 people, maybe 30 people, and that way we could make it a lot sooner than it would come out otherwise. And if the Patreon page doesn't take off, that's okay. You know, I'll still make the cartoons. I'll just make 10 minutes worth every year, or you know, 15 minutes worth a year, like this year, which is, you know, it's okay, but it can be better, and I'm excited to see how much it can improve and how far we can go. So, Pokemon cartoon, like I say, nearly done. Just gonna tweak it and work on the soundtrack and backgrounds mostly now. Backgrounds and some lip sync, and waiting on music and sound effects to come in, and then we'll have something. And I think you guys will enjoy it. And then right after that, it's getting the machine up and running. Putting fuel in the machine to take us into a good 2022, bring on lots more artists, and make lots more great stuff. So you'll hear from me then. You take care, have a good fall, and well, until the Pokemon cartoon is released. No, there'll be an update before then. I got to ask things like Patreon producer credits if people want a specific name in the credits. So yeah, no, you'll hear from me before the cartoon comes out. But either way, it won't be very long. Take care and speak soon. Bye bye.